Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our channel, Universal Businesses Limited Soulism Spiritualism channel. You're watching our channel. This channel is about our religion, Soulism Spiritualism religion. Thank you for visiting our channel this evening. Tonight, we're going to discuss more in depth about Soulism and Spiritualism religion. So when you visit our channel, you will find numerous videos about our religion, Soulism and Spiritualism religion, and also you will find that there is a description in the channel, so please read the description, and in the description there's our website address where you can access our website. Sorry, you can access our website, which is basically a donation portal. So please we would welcome your donations. Please make a donation to keep our religion continuing into the future, as well as a natural health supplement. Remember, our religion is about naturalism, so everything has to be natural, has to be made of the earth and made by God Himself. So we only take natural products that are made, consume natural products that are made by God Himself. So when you have done that, if you cannot access any of those websites, there's also a comment section. Please, we welcome your comments, so please leave your comments in the comment section. And if you cannot access our website through the description in our channel, you can then please leave a comment in the comment section, and we will provide you with our website address in the comment section. Or you can even go to, email us at our email address. I believe our email address is listed on our channel. So when you visit our channel, these are the properties of our channel. Now let's discuss more in detail about our religion. Let's talk about the vastness of the scope of the godly realms, unlimitedness and infinitely widened and elongated and in all directions, because really when we're talking about Soulism Spiritualism, there is no such thing as a definition, so there are no directions, there's no time, there is no infinitism, there is no unlimitedness. It is just an existence, and that's it. And we cannot define any of these terms that we're using on Earth, because these terminologies are only utilized on Earth, but we cannot we cannot determine the meanings of the religion in a definitive way on Earth, because once you enter the spiritual realm, there is absolutely undefinedness, because undefinedness is unlimitedness and infinitism, and infinitism is undefinedness, and there is no definition. And therefore, if there is no definition of the existence of the soul and spirit, therefore there is nothing. There is basically nothing is everything, and everything is nothing, and nothing is nothing, and everything is everything. And it vastly expands unlimited broadness, and there is no such things as universes. Really, it is just a multiplicity of universes, of infinite number of universes that have no ending, and that vastness is not a terminology that we can define as a universe, because man's knowledge of universe is very limited, so therefore there is no such thing as man's terminology of universe. And also all of these meanings that we have on Earth, the man's meanings, have absolutely no meaning in the spiritual and in the soul and spiritual realms, because man's world is a definite world, and it's full of definitions, and all of that is ingrained, and therefore there is no freedom on this earth, and there is no liberty. Freedom and liberty is to open up the mind to a mindscape that is unlimitedness that does not exist. An unlimitedness that does not exist, an infinitism that does not exist. That is the freedom of entering the spiritual realm. And once that spiritual realm is entered, we are into a vastness of nothing and everything. And everything, when we say thing always has a definition, so we can't even mention everything. There is no definition when we when we enter the spiritual realm. There is no such thing as nothing and everything. And nothing is everything, and everything is nothing in the spiritual realm. And there is no such thing as nothing and everything in the spiritual realm as well. So those are all the definitions, because there is no definitions. And definition, there is no definition. So therefore, we have no definitions in the spiritual realm. So therefore, in this context, there is absolutely no defining the existence of soulism and spiritualism, because once you enter the realm of soulism and spiritualism, there is no definition of soulism and spiritualism. In fact, our religion is undefinable, because there is no such thing as our religion, as well as there is a such thing as our religion. And there is a medium part also, where there is not and there is something of our religion as well. So that is opening the mindscape and opening the mind to the definition of zero and infinitism. So therefore, now that we have elaborated the definitions in an infinitely vastness of absolutely no meaning, therefore we cannot say on earth that soulism and spiritualism is a religion, because once you enter the soulism, once you enter the soul spectrum, there is no such thing as a religion. Basically what it is the existence of God's realms and God himself, and all the multiplicity of the sub-level gods. And these sub-level gods, like in all other religions, can be classified as heavenly bodies that have come to earth and so forth. But they have transgressed into the spiritual realm and have uplifted into the spiritual realm through their multiplicities of absolute pureness. And pureness in the spiritual realm has no definition, because there is no such thing as pureness. Basically, your soul is cleansed completely of even you cannot even use a language. So once you get it, like for instance, let's take for instance Christianity. Christianity says that Jesus Christ came to earth, and therefore the Bible and so forth, and it was created for mankind. But that is religion, right? Religion only exists on earth. There is no such thing as a definition. There is no such thing as a religion. Religion is not. So if we're talking about Christianity as a religion, and therefore, Christians will be saved, that is not true. Because we are only talking about the definitions in man's terminology. But once you enter into the spiritual realm, there is no definition of Christianity, because Christianity does not exist in the spiritual realm. It is God. And that is the ultimate crux of it. The God is the God, and God is everything, and God is nothing, and God exists, and God does not exist. That is the spirit. That is the benefit of the spiritual realm, because there is absolutely no definition of God, and there is absolutely God can only be undefined, because there is no such thing. Once you enter in the spiritual realm, do you think you can meet the Lord, the Creator God? No, because God does not exist, and God also exists, and therefore you do not know the full context of his powers, because God will never reveal his full context of his powers to you, because he's in the spiritual realm, and the spiritual realm belongs to him, and he is the master, the creator, and also the designer of all of these realms. So therefore, we cannot say that when you die, that you will die as a Christian, because there is no definition. That God does not define your purity based on your religious beliefs and principles. Therefore, the Bible cannot be a true representation of God, because once you enter into the spiritual realm, there is no such thing as a Bible, because God would even say, what are you talking about there? I never created the Bible. There was never such thing as a Bible. When the Bible is also, if you look at it, is a book, and that book is concentrated into pages, and those concentrations of those pages creates a very thick book of 500, 600 pages. Now, do you think that is God? No, because God is an undefinable book, and God does not leave books on earth for people to read, and therefore that is it. That is not it. It goes well beyond the Bible. It goes way beyond Christianity. It goes way beyond Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was, as claimed by Christians, the Son of God. But therefore, if he was the Son of God, but then there is no definition of Son of God. Do you think then God only puts Jesus Christ on the throne? No, he puts all good people on the throne. And he saves all good people, and there are even better people than Jesus Christ in purity. So therefore, we cannot say in any definition what is any religion on this earth. Even our religion, Soulism and Spiritualism, is just a context on earth, but has no context in the spiritual realm because it does not exist. Basically, once you get into the soul and spirit realm, it is a soul and spirit realm, and that is all of what our religion is about. It's about soulism and spiritualism. It is basically a liberation, a freedom and liberation of the inequalities of your body that is housing the soul and spirit, and that inequality is your soul and spirit, and that inequality then escapes from the body and traverses into the spiritual realm. And remember, the spirit has no shape or form, has no form or shape, and therefore it is formless and shapeless, and therefore once it expands to unlimited width and unlimited height. So your spirit will expand to unlimited width and unlimited height. And remember, and also you as a person has nothing to do with your body or your mind. It is about your inner self and your inner self, which is inner self, which is your spirit, which is your soul and spirit. That is what is the most important part and aspect of your body. It is the inner self, not your body. It's not your mind. These are things that are left on earth and they die. But the soul and spirit carries on, and the soul and spirit is the mind. The soul and spirit is the body, and soul and spirit is the love, the emotions, the sinlessness or the sinfulness of yourself. It's also about the karmic properties. So once you absorb the negative particles, it weighs you down and takes you into a depth unknown, into the lower nether regions, or your soul and spirit can rise to the top and elevate to the upmost regions. Remember, the soul and spirit is you as a person. It is you. That is the only thing that exists. It's your soul and spirit, not your body, and not your outer context, and not your physicality. So that is what's important, and that you must understand. So thank you for all visiting our channel this evening. This is about our religion, Soulism Spiritualism religion. I am the creator, the founder, but of course the true master of this religion is God, and I am a sub-level God, and therefore I've come from heaven, obviously, because God put me on earth through birth, and therefore I've come from heaven, and therefore providing you with all this information about the beauty and the beautifulness of the soul and spirit, and the beautiful of God's creations. It's all about naturalism. So this is what our religion is about. So let's now conclude our broadcast. And so thank you. Also, please do leave a donation to keep our religion going. We welcome your donations. There is a link in our description, but if you can't access that link, and leave it a comment in the comment section, and we'll provide you with a donation link. So that will give you, then you can access our donation and put a donation forth to our causes, our religion. So thank you for all visiting our channel this evening. Wishing you all the best of luck, and see you in the next broadcast, our next sermon. So thank you, and have a good day, and see you in the next broadcast. Remember, stay spiritually pure, stay spiritually focused. Stay spiritually focused, stay spiritually pure, stay spiritually strong. Thank you, and good evening, and see you in the next broadcast. Thank you.